I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. I've heard that the four Gospels are actually, quote, Old Testament books. I believe it's in reference to the timing of the events held therein rather than the timing of the writing. Would you please explain why they may be referred to as Old Testament when in most Bibles and traditionally they are considered, quote, New Testament books? Well, here's the deal. For 430 years, God was silent from the end of Malachi to what we know collectively as the New Testament. And in every single one of our Bibles, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the four Gospels are, quote, in the New Testament. And we get the phrase New Testament actually from Matthew chapter 26, what we know as the Last Supper. Jesus said that his blood, his body was the, quote, New Testament. So why would somebody refer to the four Gospels as, quote, Old Testament? Well, there's actually a reason for that. And the reason is because nobody who listened to Jesus preach, nobody that was healed by Jesus, none of the disciples were, quote, New Testament born again Christians because Jesus, for the majority of the Gospels, had not gone to the cross, had the propitiation of his blood for our sin, and raised from the grave. So here's how we kind of describe the four Gospels. They are part of the New Testament because it's the description of the one who is the New Testament, but the majority of the people that were, quote, observing, listening, and responding to the testator, as Hebrews calls Jesus, they were in Old Testament days and an Old Testament structure. So doctrinally speaking, yeah, they're pretty much Old Testament, but practically speaking, the Gospels are a part of what you and I collectively call the New Testament. It's a great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.